Hey, what's up, guys? All right, I know you guys wonder, do we ever read the comments on the channel, on the YouTube channel, and Patreon channel? The answer is yes. And I see a lot of you guys are complaining about the shows are a little too short or there's too many ads. I got a way to solve that. You go for $5 a month and you join us over on Patreon, where you get to see every Pete and Sebastian show with no ads. Plus, you get a whole nother extra show only on Patreon, where we talk about things like whatever happened when I got that letter from somebody telling me I got to get out of Fredonia. I finished talking about that on the Patreon channel. And on top of all that, you now get live me every Tuesday doing loose ends on our Patreon channel. 8:30 East Coast, 5:30 West Coast. Sebastian hops on quite a bit. I take calls for an hour and a half, at least up to 2 hours. So if you want to be a part of the cast, you can do that too on loose ends every Tuesday. All for $5 a month. And the people that already are with us over there, thank you for being with us. I'm having a lot of fun with you guys every Tuesday. And I'll catch you next week. Boom. Done. Back to the cast. Or ads. Or maybe ads. I don't know. That's what I'm saying. But if this was on Patreon, you know there wouldn't be ads after what I just said. Thanks to Masterclass for sponsoring this episode. The conversations we have on the show really get me thinking, and when I want to dive deeper into business, cooking, writing, I want to hear from the best. And luckily, I can do that, and you can do that with Masterclass. Masterclass is the only streaming platform where you can learn and grow with over 200 plus of the world's best for just $10 a month. An annual membership with Masterclass gets you unlimited access to every instructor, and you can access Masterclass on your phone, computer, smart TV, or even in audio mode. Listen, we love Masterclass, and you will too. I wanted to learn about different things. I wanted to learn about shooting basketball so I could do it with my daughter, and I went online and learned from Seth Curry. You know, they have one for everybody, so there's something for everyone at Masterclass. And right now, our listeners can get an additional 15% off any annual membership at masterclass.com/thecast. That's 15% off at masterclass.com/thecast. masterclass.com/thecast. Thanks to Shopify for sponsoring the cast. We love Shopify over here. When you think about business that are selling through the roof, like Allbirds or Skims, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing, but often overlooked secret is actually the business behind the business, making and selling. And for shoppers, buying. Simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. It is just a great and easy to use product, people. So upgrade your business and get the same checkout we use with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/thecast. All lowercase. Go to shopify.com/thecast to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/thecast.
This is the Pete and Sebastian Show with Pete Correale and Sebastian Maniscalco.
Let's go. Pete and Sebastian Show. We're back.
Pete and Sebastian Show. We're back. We're amped. We're ready. It's all happening here. It's a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. I'm coming off a rage.
Whoa.
Here's something.
What does that mean?
After the last cast, there's places I want to go in that cast that are hysterically funny, but again, too much to lose.
Yeah. Hey, I know.
It's unbelievable.
I hear you. Yeah. Well, it's the fun stuff that we bullshit with each other with and have fun, laugh about.
Yeah. It's a lot of, Yeah. For example, we had, and I don't know if you saw this post a couple weeks ago. I posted Pete during a ride from, I believe it was Portland to Seattle. Or Seattle to Portland, I think it was. You whipped out a family-sized bag of popcorn.
Yeah.
On the ride, which I've never seen before. Normally, you take out a snack pack, kind of wet your beak a little bit, but you whipped out a full.
You always make fun when we're on the road of my snacks. You go, well, you got your snack, and then you always go, give me some. Every time. And with the popcorn, I knew it. What?
I had a little 4 or 5 kernels I had of your popcorn.
No, that's true. But I felt like you would have had more if you didn't make fun of it. That you.
No. I love popcorn, but I would have definitely got in trouble if I would have started eating my. God, I love popcorn. But you had it. You had a napkin deal that you put the popcorn on your lap. Where did you get that move?
Well, I only did that because I felt like we also had Allie was in the back of the car, and I asked if she wanted some, and she did. I gave her a hand dump. I gave you a little hand dump. What is that called? Pop? What kind of have the
Skinny Pop?
Skinny Pop. That shit is very addictive, man. So I'm like, they're gonna want more. If I start digging in with my hand, they're not gonna have more. So let me just pour it on my lap with a napkin. So I was trying to keep it in play for you guys, but then after a while, nobody asked anymore. So I just started reaching in. But I felt like I don't know how Lana does it, because I felt like every time I reached in, I'm like, oh, the bag is driving him so crazy. He probably wants to pull over to the shoulder and have me finish the Skinny Pop before we fucking go any further. So I'm trying to reach in like real quiet.
There is something I wanted to address. I want to get the listeners' take on this. You pulled this move when we were at the bar drinking. And I think it was at the bar drinking. You if you blew your nose in the napkin, or you did something with your nose and the napkin they give you for the drink, right? Am I right by saying this? Like,
yeah,
you took a cocktail, you blew your nose, right?
Probably.
And then you put the cocktail napkin after the blow on the table.
On the table, did I really? You sure I didn't put it on I think I put it on my dish. On my finished dish of whatever I had.
I don't give a shit. It shouldn't be on. After you blow your nose. What,
right.
Patrick, come on. If you blow your nose.
I'm going to pull the video. Napkin, yeah.
And then you put it on a plate and or the table.
Right. Yeah, but.
That should be hit. That should like go away.
Well,
because I'm looking at a snot rag. I'm looking at a snot rag right in front of you.
All right, I'm sending this to Patrick right now. Yeah. First of all, you're like a detective. All right, Patrick, tell me what you think of this. When you get that, let me know. We just need to be. We don't need the whole thing, but nevertheless, first of all, we're already in Canada. They got different temperatures than we used to. I had a little bit of a runny nose. There's nothing grosser to me than sniffing, right? So I stepped back. I remember what I did. I went like that, wrapped it up, put it on my dish. Within seconds, the waitress came and took it away. It was all gone. What do you want me to put in my napkin? If I did that, we'd be doing this cast and you go, you put it in your pocket. Yeah. So as the only thing, get up and go throw it out. Seriously, is that what you're telling someone to do in that situation?
No, I wouldn't have said anything about a pocket. I'm dying to see. What you sent over. Okay. 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 See, I could admit that this is wrong, though.
Well, it is your tour, but nevertheless, I felt like you would have done this if we were just on our way to a ball game or something.
There we go. Go ahead.
Take on this while we do a video of what people are doing. Taking the shoes off. And going just a sock in the car. Is that acceptable? I mean, you wouldn't do it on a Delta flight. I don't know why you're allowed to do it in the car.
You know what? I actually thought about it. And I'm like, you know what? My foot's swollen because of the popcorn I just ate.
It also is his tour, so it would be a little more weird if I took my shoe off.
You're right. This is unacceptable. See, okay, I said this is unacceptable with the shoe off, right?
Right.
You're trying to defend a snot rag on a table at a Four Seasons hotel. I don't.
Well, you're saying it's unacceptable, but you're not even trying to do anything about it. You're still just hanging out. Just to say it's unacceptable is not my thing. At least, was going to end momentarily when it was taken away in a dish. Overall, you have a problem with anyone blowing their nose to you. That you may as well be taking a dump right there. That's like, you find that to be very.
I think I do have a problem with that. I think I do.
You do. We had one cast where we had a fascinating conversation about if you're performing and you have a runny nose, do you stop? I turn around, blow my nose, and you go, "Oh my God!" And then you had said you'll do a light sniff. So no one knows you're sniffing for the whole show.
Could you imagine? You went to a concert and you're listening to Frank Sinatra and he turns away to blow his nose. I'd leave. That ruins it for me. Done. That's like blowing your nose in the middle of a performance. It's like Superman taking off his cape. It's like, oh, this guy's like us. He sneezes too. You got to make it look like you don't have any problems up there. That's it.
I guess so. I mean, back in the 70s, I'd see a man sneeze and pull out his handkerchief, sneeze into it, and then put it in his back pocket. And I just thought, that's cool. But now we're just so about germs that, like...
Not even germs, bro. I'm talking during a performance.
Yeah.
If you blew your nose.
Yeah, no, I hear you. But, like, what do you do if you got a runny nose? Like, what do you ever have a show where you feel like you might have something there and you're not sure?
Yeah, I make a joke about it. I go, just guys, if something comes out of my nose, just let me know. You know, it's just kind of in.
Okay. After 3 coins in a fountain, if Sinatra said, guys, if something comes out of my nose, let me know. Are you not also fucking leaving?
No. It's within the act and it's comedy. I feel like a blow of the nose is just, it disrupts the whole set. Here, I'm
not denying that. I'm not denying that, but I just don't know what else.
I got another one.
Yeah.
My shoe was untied.
Oh, that was funny. That was funny. I was there when you did that.
Okay.
That was really funny.
Do you tie your shoe during a set, or do you leave it? What do you do?
I would probably, if it was pretty early on, I would definitely go, hold on. I'd bend over and I'd say, I know, because I don't want to step on your bit about what you did there, but I'd say something, put the mic down, try to say something funny, put the mic down, fix it, grab the mic again, say something else funny about it, pop back up. And I feel like you're getting a better show now because I'm not half thinking about my shoelace the whole time.
Okay.
And you did a funny bit about it right at the end, which was very funny.
Well, I'm not going to do the bit. I'm going to do something else.
All right.
This is the way I feel about the microphone on stage. If I let go of the microphone on stage, I think that is equivalent to a soldier putting down his rifle in the heat of battle. Right? Like, he puts down his rifle, he might get shot. Something might happen that he don't want to happen if the rifle is out of his hand. If I put the microphone, I feel naked. I feel like I'm subject to anything. I feel like I'm subject to possibly somebody running up on stage because the microphone is no longer in my hand.
Yeah. Well, that's fascinating, and that's a good way to think, I would imagine, as a performer. However, the irony of it is you've had moments on stage where you'll act something out for 10 seconds where there's no talking, right? Like, you know, even though the mic's still in your hand. So it's not like you're one of these guys that talks a mile a minute so no one could possibly get a word in. And I got to say, when I see a soldier in an old movie and he's leaning up against the hill and he takes his rifle off and puts it next to him for a second to pull out tape himself up, I'm like, oh, wow, this guy's so fucking confident. He's putting a gun down next to him. Because if a motherfucker came over the hill, he'd stab that motherfucker with a bayonet, with a sniper. Like, I just feel it's even more soldier-esque.
Nah, well, he's putting down the mic. He's putting down the gun to do something else. I feel like you put down the gun and you take out like a little sip of whiskey out of the canteen.
Yeah.
you still got something in your hand. I feel like if you go and tie your shoe, I don't know. I just feel like I just feel like that's a big gap that I don't need in the show. So I let the shoelace go.
Now, when you did a bit about it, with your shoelace being undone, something you said was that you can't do it. You go, I can't fix it because I only have, I need 2 hands to fix my shoelace, and I got the mic. And it made me wonder, have you ever, I know it's hard with a round, but when you're not doing a theater with a round, have you ever thought about, like I see sometimes a comic will keep the mic in a mic stand and just kind of grab the whole neck of it and do this and that. But then when he's got a bigger bit, it's right there, and he's going, like, there's something to that, you know? Sometimes I wonder about, would it be fun to just use the mic stand more?
Nah. Mic stand is if you're just going to sit there and tell jokes into a microphone. I don't think you use the mic stand to walk around, and there's no way. There's no way.
No.
I mean, you could go back, put the microphone in the stand, and do something elaborate and pick it back out of the stand. You could do that, but I don't know. I never liked the mic stand. It was in the way to me.
I felt like that too. I felt like it's put it over there and let's start the show. And then when you see me start to bring it back up front, show's coming to an end. I'm docking it.
Well, here's a good little tidbit for young comedians, which I've learned early on. When you go out on stage and you grab the mic out of the stand, you have to take the stand and set it back at least, 6 to 7 feet.
Absolutely.
And then come back up. I see a lot of young comedians, they'll take it out of the stand and they'll leave the microphone stand there and they'll walk, in back of the stand, and the stand is in the way. You gotta remove that stand. Right. Put it in the back.
Well, I hear you, and that's what I do, and I feel that way too. But and then you got the Bill Burr doing the iconic, using it for an elbow.
Oh, well, he uses it. He uses it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a prop for him. He uses it to lean on. Sometimes he might slap it back in there. But what I'm saying is, if you're not using the mic stand, you got to get it out of the way. I'm not using the mic stand ever. Even when I put the microphone back in the stand at the end of the show and I'm talking into it, I don't even feel right doing that.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's like when you do a side thing like that with it. Oh shit! This just came out. All right, there we go. It's in now. Yeah. What's up? I mean,
I was waiting for you to react to the silence. See, you got nervous. You got silent.
I think it's nervous.
Now, this is what I did with Masterclass while I was on the road. Since I have a lot of time on the road, I feel like when I come back and insert myself into daily life here at the house, I got to bring some knowledge back. So what I did is I took the Masterclass and I learned how to make pizza, fried chicken wings, and Nancy Silverton's grilled cheese. All right. Now, I looked at these recipes while I was on the road, and I didn't have any food to make them, but what I did is I just watched the class and came back with the knowledge I had from the class and made the products for my family. And I got to tell you, people, not only with the cooking, but with the sports. There's a CIA one in there about interrogation that I found some great tips. There's one on there with Gordon Ramsay, one on there with Wolfgang Puck. There is one on there with Martin Scorsese, which I watched before I worked with Martin Scorsese. Masterclass is the only streaming platform where you can learn and grow with over 200 of the world's bests for $10 a month. People, come on. $10 a month. You know how much I spent on college? $49,000. What did I learn? Nothing. And for just $10 a month, an annual membership with Masterclass gets you unlimited access to every instructor. It's so good that my daughter looked at me yesterday and said, Daddy, I can't wait to go to college. I said, you're not going to college. You're going to Masterclass. All right? We love Masterclass here at the house. You want to learn about performance, and boom, Usher's teaching you about performance. You want to learn about acting? Natalie Portman is teaching you about acting. I wish I had this growing up, to be honest with you. There's one on Steve Martin, teaches you how to do comedy. Kevin Hart teaches you how to be a mogul. Right now, our listeners are going to get 15% off the annual membership at masterclass.com/thecast. That's 15% off. Masterclass.com/thecast. Masterclass.com/thecast. It's better than college. Thanks to Shopify for sponsoring the cast. Now, Shopify is the best around when you think about business that are selling through the roof, like Mattel or Heinz or Magic Spoon. Sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and a brilliant marketing scheme, but it's often overlooked. The secret is actually the business behind the business, making and selling for shoppers and buying simple for millions of businesses. That business is Shopify. You ever heard of Mr. Beast? I have. So have millions of people. Uses it to sell Feastables. All right, this guy's using it to sell Feastable. Kim Kardashian, ever heard of? Yeah, she's doing it to sell Skims. It is just great and easy to use. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout Kim Kardashian uses. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/thecast. All lowercase. Go to shopify.com/thecast to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/thecast. Beastables. Feastables. Thanks to Prolon for sponsoring this episode. Now, these days, a lot of people are learning all about the benefits of fasting, like weight loss, mental and physical performance, and gut health, but worry about the whole not eating part. Well, that's exactly why Prolon was created. Introducing Prolon, a revolutionary plant-based nutrition program that nourishes the body while making cells believe they're fasting. Researched and developed for decades at the University of Southern California Longevity Institute and backed by leading U.S. medical centers, Prolon helps promote healthy blood sugar, support cardiovascular health, and reduce abdominal fat. Prolon really isn't like any other diet I've ever tried. Now, Lana and I have both gone on the Prolon. I believe it's a 5-day fast. How you feel coming out of this is amazing. The third day, you feel a euphoria that comes over you that it cannot be equaled. And what I like about it also, after the 5 days, you don't want to put any more garbage back into your system. It kind of wipes the slate clean, and you start eating clean from there on in. So I highly recommend it. And right now, Prolon is offering the Pete and Sebastian Show listeners, and this is a great deal, 15% off their 5-day nutrition program. Got to go to prolonlife.com/Pete. I don't know why they use Pete's name in there and not Pete and Sebastian. Probably because Pete's name is shorter and he's probably a bigger draw. That's Prolon, PROLON, life.com/Pete for this special offer. That's prolonlife.com/Pete.
Wow, bro, I'm trying Prolon. That was a hell of a read. I have to, this isn't a plug, I don't get this, I have to just say it for men going through a moment, and I'm going to forget if I don't. And I've talked about this before. Can you see that? It's a large bottle.
Is that the Moroccan oil?
It's the Moroccan oil. Okay, guys, I know they got these products out there that are made in factories for your hair, but you put this shit in your hair and put more in it than it tells you to put in it. wet or dry. You get it in there good. And then I stole this from you, bro. I still do it. You're going to have it left on your hands. Rub it on your body. It keeps you younger. I do that move. And then just give it a little blow out. Maybe 3 minutes with a hairdryer. Change your life. Telling you, man. And that's, I don't even know the Moroccan oil people, but that shit is like, men got to know about this.
So do you not use any gel or paste in your hair? You just use this oil and a blowout?
I just use the oil, and I Jude Law this shit where like I'll go 5-6 days just putting Moroccan oil on Moroccan oil on Moroccan oil. And then on day 6 I'll do a washout, But
Jeez.
yeah, man. So that's just a little for the listeners, a little side thing there. And don't shy away from those Crest whitening strips. Don't shy away from those too. Those things will tighten you right up. Get them right there.
I'm going to get a cleaning today, actually. All right,
bro. I just made an appointment for a cleaning, and she goes, "We can't get you in until January 21st." And then she goes, "Is that okay?" And I go, "Well, what else would I do?" Okay, then I'll put you down. What is this? Is this starting with getting Canadian care now? I heard about this shit in Canada. Is that what's going on?
Well, it's funny you say that. I was trying to schedule an appointment for an optometrist for my eyes.
Yeah.
March 2025.
What? What the fuck? So are you looking at like 20 eyeballs a day and I'm exhausted and going home and going to bed? Like, I bet there's a lot of gaps where they can check out your eyes. You know what I'm saying?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's another 6 months. I could go blind in another 6 months. I mean, come on, man. You can't. I can't see for another 6 months because it's like, is it the work ethic today? Like I keep hearing we're gonna put the work week to 4 days a week. Okay? What could you get done in 4 days? I'm working in my sleep over here.
I know. Well, man, you working out like you're in the army before we do the cast. You're working out before the sun's up. My doctors now, I went to call and make an appointment. Jackie goes, "Oh, not now. They're on lunch." I'm like, "What?" The whole doctor's office goes to lunch. Hey, am I living in Sorrento? What the fuck, bro? Lunch? I mean, this is like, that's it. That's Italy and Spain shit right there.
I've seen this here in the States as well, where do you ever go to a business and it's got the clock, "We'll be back in an hour," and they let you know what time they're all coming back. Can't we stagger the lunch?
That's it. I had friends I could never eat with them that I worked with at the hotel because one of us had to stay at the front desk while the other one went to eat their blimpy fucking sandwich. And then you went and ate your, yeah.
It's like a tag team. It's like a relay race. You got the baton now.
Yep.
I mean, can you imagine if the fire station all went on break at the same time?
Oh, God.
By the way, I think every place should operate like a fire station, right? This is my opinion.
It's a good bit. It's a good bit.
You could be in the middle of eating a sandwich, right? And the bell goes off. You leave that sandwich. You go put the fire out. You come back, and your sandwich is still there.
Right, exactly. And they're providing a service where they'll risk their life for you. I want that kind of, that dedication in every employee, that like I am 100% committed to helping you. I mean, and no one's more committed than the firemen and the cops.
I agree. And I just feel like work has gotten so casual where, and I think I mentioned this to you on the tour. I ordered room service, right? Breakfast. Guy came up to give it to me, and he smelled like an ashtray. Right?
Yeah.
So now I'm eating eggs with the smell of a marble red in the room. Now, if you want to smoke on your break, do me a favor. Clock out, go home. workday is done. Right? You don't go smoke at the shed and then come up to the room and deliver eggs with you still in a fucking mist. I'm sorry.
No, I hear you, man. I hear you that you should have to wear a smoking jacket and gloves, then wash and spray because you carry that shit in, especially in cold weather. Yeah.
Oh my God.
No, there is there was something I wanted to bring up service-wise that's eluding me right now, but yeah, man, it is what it is, bro. It's a much more casual thing right now. You know what I'm saying? I know what I wanted to bring up. You know how everything now has tipping, right? When you pay, what I'm not liking is they're doing the transaction, then they're providing me the service, and I feel like they're doing that because they're seeing if I tip, and I feel like I'm catching codes with the register and the person making my shit. Like, I won't tip, and then they'll turn around and go, order 170 up. And that's their way of saying he didn't tip, on the card. So, like, give them less meatballs. I'm not saying they're vandalizing my shit, but, don't put extra fries in. Don't fill the fucking like, I'm noticing too, my coffee now lately, I'm getting like that much less, and I've had to come back up, and I'm like, can you tap it off, man? Finish it up. Canada does that. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. When you buy coffee, they leave like that much room. I mean, this is America. We go to the rim. I'll dump the extra in the garbage. Okay, that's how we roll.
You know what? I gotta tell you, I'm a little bothered that you're checking the level of your coffee.
Bro, I'm telling you, I grab it. I'm like, why is this light? Yeah,
cheap.
No, it's not cheap. It's a man wanting a full cup of coffee. Says the guy. I'm sorry. I was a little blown away when we were at the fish market in Seattle, and you granted you bought quite a bunch of fish. It was very fun, cool. I was just surprised to see you pack it and carry it out instead of they ship it. So
okay.
So
listen, they shipped it.
Yeah.
Listen.
Mm-hmm.
Got an answer for that. I was leaving that night, and we were there around 10, 11 o'clock. If they shipped it, it was going to get there within 48 hours. I needed the fish there because I was going to cook it the next day. And if I let it go a day in a box, the freshness I was going to lose. That's why I took it to go. If it was anything other, I would have shipped it.
Okay, that's fair.
It was fish.
That's fair.
I'm sorry. The argument doesn't hold any weight.
Well, no, all right. There was a little deflecting there, and I'll just go back to my coffee.
I think you were like you got like a little nervous with the coffee thing.
I just don't like the cheap aspect of it, bro. I feel like it's beyond cheap. I want.
Could you give me a little squirt more?
No, I'm gonna.
I would have fucking dropped my nuts in your coffee.
Well, my old man told me a great story that I'll never forget, and I love it. His boss, when my dad used to be an architect at Volmer Associates, old time guy, Volmer, big, rich guy, lived in New York City, owned the whole company. My father goes, I was out to dinner with him once, it was like mid-70s, fancy hotel lobby, and they bring him a drink. He gets like a scotch on the rocks, and it's a fancy place. So my father goes, they fill the glass halfway, and he looks at the waitress and he goes, excuse me, honey, and he slides it back over with his two fingers. He goes, I'm a big boy. I take a full glass. Yeah. And it had nothing to do with price. It's just like, I don't need the fancy bullshit. And the same thing with me, guy. I don't want to be halfway to my destination up in the sky, and now all I need is about 5 or 6 more nice big gulps to get me through, and I don't got those gulps because they went light at the airport, because I don't do coffee on an airplane. Shit's got E. coli in it. So it does. I've been reading enough about that shit. So it's and I just don't like that. It's like bull. So this is what I do. I go, excuse me, I don't need any cream, so if you could cap it off, I'd appreciate it. And they always go, oh yeah, sure, because I feel like they know they came in late. All right.
I mean, it's just these little idiosyncrasies sometimes, that we all have, whether it be the coffee's like, I see that with wine, I like to drink wine. And then when I'm out and I look at the pour, sometimes the pour is light. Right. It's a light pour.
Yeah.
Right. But I go, all right. I lost this time.
So what just lean over? What do I got to do to get a big boy pour? Like that. I feel like if there's enough people, if there's just enough people saying enough with the coffee, fill it all the way up. Not everybody, but just 2 or 3 a day for a week. They're gonna go. Just stop filling them all the way up. These people are paying you. And the same thing with a wine. So I'm a Robin Hood. I'm fighting for the lessers. I'm like, that's all I'm doing. I'm sticking up for everybody. So next time they do that, tell them, guy, what are we doing here? I'm not driving. Fill the fucking glass up.
It sets a tone when you do this. Coffee's different, but when somebody's waiting on you and they keep coming back, because I've been on the other side.
Oh God, I know. You're like Biden talking about Scranton. We all know that you were on the other side at the Four Seasons. Holy shit! Oh my God!
No. Because if somebody told me,
right?
If somebody told me, and I was waiting on them, hey, you a little light on the pour, you ain't gonna see me again at the table. You know what I'm saying? Like, your table now. If I got 7 tables, I'm taking you right. Now. You're at the bottom of the list. So when you go, excuse me, I don't see you. I don't see that hand go up.
You know what? I feel like you're saying that now as more of a successful adult instead of a hungry young waiter that you are. Because I feel like back then you would have saw that a little bit like he wants a full big boy cup because he's probably going to give me a big boy tip. So I'll let the alpha male have his moment because chances are you don't come in hot and heavy like this and then tip light. That's like weak.
No. That's you get somebody that says I need a big boy pour. You're getting 10%, 15% tops. Wow. That ain't a tipper. That ain't a big boy pour. Ain't a tipper.
My dad's boss Volma tip big, so that's why I thought like that's a cool move. I'm a big boy. Give me a big glass, and then you leave a big fat tip, and they realize.
Well, listen. When you're drinking wine, they're not supposed to fill it up. We know this. We've gone over this. They're not supposed to. You're supposed to give a pour, but like sometimes they stop a little shy of where they maybe should. And then I go, okay, I'm not going to complain here because the last time I went out, the guy filled it up too much. Right? So it's it all kind of evens out. I had a couple more sips last week on that guy, and now I got less sips. So at the end of the day, it all evens out, right? We don't got to be like nitpicking. Could you fill it here? Could you fill it there? Right. That's the way I look at it.
Well, that's the beauty of coffee. There is none of that. It has a rim. Go to that.
Shit.
Yeah. So what would you say by standard in a wine glass? No matter the size of the wine glass, about half full or 1/3 full?
1/3.
1/3. That's a lot of glass.
Well, that's what the glass is made for, bro. It's not made. It's not beer. It's not. You don't fill it up to the rim. The shit's got to breathe. You got to put your nose in it. You got to get the bouquet of the thing. Right. If you fill it up all the way, your nose is hitting the freaking liquid.
But that's a theory. I've hung out with you at these hotel bars, and unless I haven't noticed, are you sniffing the wine?
When you go in, your nose.
On every sip you're.
Yeah, it's in there.
Oh, I didn't know that. So, like, when you sip your wine, should you also be breathing out of your nose at the same time, like?
No, it's not like you're not making an effort to sniff. It's just kind of there. It's like when you smell something, right? Like let's say Patrick lit it up in here, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going. It will come by and I'll just You smell without smelling. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I hear what you're saying. So it's kind of like just because it's up there, you'd smell it. So now, do you find? I have another question about that. You know how we get hairs in our nose? Okay, like some people use clippers. Sometimes I'll pluck them. I try to do it in a hotel. If it's been a night I've been drinking, I time it then because I'll be like, my nose won't hurt as much. Now,
wait, hold on.
I did it.
You're using alcohol as a numbing.
Yes.
Like
I was telling Allie, I was telling Lindsay and John that, after what'd you do when you go back to the hotel room? I go, I plucked my hairs because I made a note to myself. Hey, next time you have a few beers and you get back to the hotel room, you should pluck then because it won't hurt as much. And it did. And I was like, I got in there. By morning, I got a better night's sleep because I just had so much carbon monoxide coming at me, man, or whatever it is, H2O. But my question is, first of all, have you ever done the wax? I've seen the video where they literally stick shit up your nostrils and rip it out.
Yeah, I've done that.
It's
not good for you.
It's not.
Well,
why not?
And if I'm not mistaken, hair, what it's supposed to do, the reason they got hair in your nose is so it catches bacteria and you don't get sick, or it's basically for immunity purposes.
Sure.
That's why you have it there.
But sometimes do you feel it gets too thick? And when you pluck them, I feel like I'm smelling better.
Well, not necessarily. Generally speaking, near the tip of my nose, I get some stalactites that start coming down, which need to be removed. But but the entire nose, I don't know. I've done that a couple of times, and it feels like a little naked.
But you don't feel like you're getting more air in a run if you're running?
No.
Wow. Yeah, so it's like a filter. All right, I respect that.
It's like a filter. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's like a filter.
All right.
God, but your room with the snot rags, and now you're telling me there's nose hair all over the sink. The fucking maid must be going, the hell was living in here for 3 days?
I rinse it all out. You don't know any of this is going on. But I'm not going to do that now. Yeah.
No, you stole my towel. You stole my towel technique at the end of the visit. Towels in the tub?
Oh, I did, dude. That's beautiful. For all the listeners out there, I used to fold up my towels and put them on the floor, and the carpet gets a little damp. Much easier. Great move. Sebastian was telling me he did it. Now I do it. Just take all the towels, throw them right in the tub. So nice for the housekeeper to come in, just scoop them all out, go hunt around. So
I like to leave the room so when the housekeeper comes in after I check out, she looks around and goes, "Oh, this is gonna be a cinch."
I know.
I don't want them to come in and there's ashes on the table, or there's Pepto-Bismol fucking spilled on the table. You ever see some of these? I hate to tell you. Death hotel rooms?
What do you mean by
when somebody dies in a hotel room, whether it be a celebrity or whatnot, they take the pictures of the hotel room and it looks like somebody died in there. They never take pictures of the hotel room and it's clean.
Yeah. No. Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah.
There's paraphernalia.
Right.
All over the room.
It's like if the person didn't die, wouldn't they have $150,000 tab for the damage done? Like these rooms. and I've been in my room where I got a phone call and they go, "I'm sorry, the people in the hall, in the other rooms there, you think your TV's a little loud?" And I'm like, "Oh, I have the game on, Monday Night Football. I'm sorry, I'll lower it." I see these rooms, they got crystal meth, broken mirrors and shit everywhere, and nobody is going, "Yeah, I think there's a war going on in the room next to me." I know what you're saying, man.
No, it's on the bedside table. They got it's just like liquid, like body cream, or it's just like I don't know. There's nothing in, like, if you came in to clean my room and looked around, you'd have to ask yourself, did they check out already? That's how clean my room is.
Yeah.
Like, there's no, you don't see anything that might even resemble that somebody's checked into the room, other than the fact that the bed is unmade.
Nah, I know. Not you're the kind of person, when they do your room, they start to rethink. Like, before your room, they were like, what am I doing? I know the money's good and I'm in the union, but I don't want to be doing this. And then they walk into your room and they go, if they were all like this, I'm done by 3 in the afternoon, 2 days off. We get to stay at any one of the hotels for free in the whole country. Like, because we're not animals, man. I've even handcuffed, like Seinfeld's old bit in the shower, and rinsed the hairs off the wall because I don't want the housekeeper to come in and have to rinse my hair, my body hair. That, like, one should have to. Some people don't flush. As a joke, they'll do that or something, or they forget.
Oh,
I've seen that.
Sorry, that's
Bro,
disgusting.
I've almost, like, because, like, I'll go to the bathroom and then I'll hop in the shower. And then one time I hopped in the shower, I was all ready to leave, and I went to brush my teeth, and I looked over, I'm like, oh my God, I forgot to flush before I hopped in the shower, and I almost checked out like that.
Ooh.
I feel like that's like smoking in the room. You get charged $200 if you take a dump and don't flush.
Here's another one. Here's another tip. This is for the men out there. So when you shave, right, in a sink, you get rid of the hair that you rinse this thing, right? And then at the end, there's hair clippings of your beard that are still in the sink, right?
Of course, yeah.
You clean that out. You don't leave that for the maid to clean. You don't,
absolutely.
Right? Do you do a rinse job on that?
Oh, yeah. I don't even want to look at that when I'm there, but absolutely. Yeah, I keep it tight.
Because sometimes the water collects in the sink, and then you're done shaving, right? And then the water drains, and by the time you go back to the sink, there's that hair still there. You got to rinse that out. You don't leave that as a sample for the maid to come in and clean your beard hair.
No, of course not. It's you don't want to be. That's disrespectful to another human being. I take it to a level. I'm going to blow your mind right now. I've had nights where I come back to the hotel room and I'll get at it a little bit with the skinny pop, and in the morning, the carpet is not where it should be. I have gotten down, taken a full bath towel, gotten down on the floor, I've gotten on all fours on the bath towel, and done a hand pick on my kernels out of the carpet. I know the housekeeper's still going to vacuum, but they just don't want to walk into this, like, you ever check, you're on an airplane and there's a kid in the row and you look, and it looks like it just absolute mess down there.
Yeah.
So, and again, and it's just being respectful to, I feel, of another human being.
No, I love that move. I love a kernel pick off the carpet. You don't see that quite often. All right, listen, that's our time here at Pete and Sebastian Show. We're knocking shows out left and right, bro. We got another one on the slate today. I don't know when this airs, but SebastianLive.com for show tickets. Bookie
It Ain't Right
is coming
tour.
out.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm having fun on
It
the
Ain't
tour,
Right
man.
tour.
A lot of fun.
It's been fun.
Bookie.
We'll get into your private gig on the next episode. Pete had a private gig in New York City, had to leave the tour for one night to do that. We'll get into that next week. Bookie is coming out December. I can't give you the date just yet. It hasn't been officially announced, but in about a month and a half.
Nice.
Bookie season 2, 8 episodes coming out in December. And that's that. Pete and Sebastian Show right here. We got Patreon, $5 a month. Did you do last night? Did you do Loose Ends?
Yes, did Loose Ends. Did it Monday night because I didn't want to do it on Tuesday. Yeah, what's today? Tuesday? Yeah, I did it last night.
Last night.
Check this out. So Cans and Patrick sent me a camera and a microphone that's used with the computer. So loose ends, I'm going to be doing it next Thursday in Chicago, the night before you film your special for Hulu. We have a night off, so I'm going to be doing it there in the hotel. But moving forward, the It Ain't Right tour, maybe banging out. We could do the cast anywhere we want, Guy. We could do them in Toronto if we want. But nevertheless,
All right.
we're going to see how this equipment works.
We'll look into that. I might have a surprise Thursday night, so you might want to readjust.
All right. It's readjustable.
All right, everybody. We'll see you next week right here at Pete and Sebastian.
Thanks to Prolon for sponsoring this episode. All right, these days, a lot of people are learning about all the benefits of fasting, like weight loss, mental and physical performance, and gut health, but worry about the whole not eating part. Well, that's exactly why Prolon was
let me just tell you something. Let me interrupt you, Pete. You are seeing right now live what not doing Prolon does to you. You can't organize your thoughts. You can't read. You can't get through a read. However, if Pete started taking Prolon, wow, you would see a difference. Go ahead, Pete.
Watch. There's Prolon in this coffee mug. Introducing Prolon, a revolutionary plant-based nutrition program that nourishes the body while making cells believe they're fasting. Researched and developed for decades at the University of Southern California Longevity Institute, and not only that, backed by leading U.S. medical centers, Prolon helps promote healthy blood sugar, support cardiovascular health, and reduce abdominal fat, support metabolic and cardiovascular health, and change your relationship with food in just 5 days. 5 days. Prolon really isn't like any other diet I've tried because it's not a diet. It truly is science. It was so convenient. Jackie and I did it. They sent me everything I needed, all in one box. If I was going to start a nutrition program, Prolon is exactly what I'd use. It's convenient, backed by Nobel-winning science, and most of all, drumroll, it works. So right now, Prolon is offering the Pete and Sebastian Show listeners 15% off their 5-day nutrition program. Go to prolonlife.com/Pete. That's Prolon, Prolon, life.com/Pete for the special offer. That's prolonlife.com/Pete.